Mind you, he relieves himself when I'm on whatever I'm on.
I beat that. Yeah. I beat that.
I have cooked and fixed plates, bathed, washed his hair, locked his dreads. I've paid mortgages and car notes. I've gave him rides to work. I have spoke life into a man. I have gone to the gym and slimmed down for a man. I got my education and my money together for a man. I worked on my mental health and got better in bed for a man. I don't cheat or lie, and I show a level of respect for my man. I have encouraged my man to accomplish goals. Still got left, still got cheated on.
You either gonna have standards or you gonna have a man. But you ain't gonna have both.
When I was younger and I used to see people in my family or just people in general have these 20, 30, 40 year marriages, right? When I was younger, I used to be like, wow, I want something like that. Like I want to be so in love with somebody that I'm with them for 20, 30, 40, 50 years and we die together. I used to think that what held marriages together for that long was true love. And of course, communication, standing, sacrifice, all those things. Let me know what really holds marriages together. Women just put up shit. That's all it is. When you understand that all it takes to keep in is for you to constantly be forgiving bullshit and constantly be like, oh, okay, I don't want to lose him, so I'm a forgive this, I'm a forgive that. That's all along marriage is just the woman constantly putting up with shit. That's all it is. You not leaving him because he did this, and that's all a long-term marriage is. And that's why when these dumb men be in my comments talking about you're gonna be single forever, you're gonna die alone, you're gonna die with your cats, I'd be like, good for me. Good for me. If the alternative is having to put up with you, niggas, good for me. Like, keeping a man is not an achievement. Keeping a man be sometimes a failure for a lot of y'all. I'm just saying.
Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective, man. It's the Hood Mystic, representing hoodmystic.com, the colombianexchange.com, and of course, White Rabbit Psychedelics. Before we get into this share, I'm just excited about our new product because, like, it's a labor of love for me, you know. These is handcrafted by me. I make chocolate now. Y'all thought I was bullshitting with the Snickers. Y'all thought I was bullshitting with the Snickers. I really am about that chocolate life. No, I love doing this, man. I've been making chocolates for people around here, man. They love the chocolate made with 100% Belgian chocolate. It's really tasty. Like it got an amazing taste. Of course, filled with the best shrooms that I could get. Penis Envy, 3.5 grams, so it's a heavy hitter. I liken it to like drinking a pint of liquor. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that might be major for some people. That might be a walk in the park for some people. But it's an experience, man. The candy bar is called Food of the Gods. And when I say I'm the one that's making, not Mama Mystic, nobody else. It's me stirring up chocolate. Like, it's just bring me back to my crack days. You feel me? I never cooked up crack. I just always wanted to. I had crackheads cook up the crack for me, and they charged me way too much. I was losing my profit. Whole nother story. We not here to talk about that at all. Give me some thumbs up if y'all can hear me okay. Some ones in the chat or some chocolate bars, emoji. Man, they taste real good. People like them a lot. And more or less, I just it's a pride thing for me. Like, it's something that I take pride in because I'm the one that's like I always wanted to do something like this, but my mind was like I couldn't do it. I can't do nothing. Like, I never even allowed myself to think, but it was one of those things that, like, when I'm doing it, I'm at peace. Like, I'm at a point where it's like very spiritual, making the chocolate, incorporating the mushrooms. It's like I get high doing it. You know, it's like a spiritual experience in the name, the food of the gods. It really, everything is in alignment with where I'm at in my journey and what I plan on doing. Like, for some people, it just might be chocolate, mushrooms, whatever. But for me, it's tapping into my ancient Olmecan roots, you know. I feel like I'm in that Brazilian rainforest with the cacao, and I'm incorporating it with the psychedelic, and I'm doing the shamanistic ritual for my people. That's how I feel when I'm doing this shit. However, it's 59.99. No, it is available at whiterabbitpsych.com, and it's very serious and very special to me, and that's all I can really say about it. But with that being said, that's just my little TED talk. You know, I gotta, like I said, if you don't promote your shit, then you might as well not be on the internet. Nobody should be on the internet not promoting their business. Can I get a ones in the chat if you understand that concept? Because what the hell you doing? You just searching the net? You just looking at niggas doing shit? Okay, no, we not doing that in 2024. Once again, the reason that I'm here is because my mama was a whore, and maybe y'all had the same story, but we not gonna get into it. Today we're going to talk about shadow work. We're going to be talking about the Anima and the Animus, okay? And for real, I want to talk about this because y'all be doing a lot of projecting, man. What is projection? What is shadow projection? Because we're going to be so clear, because at a certain point, y'all really want y'all niggas to solve y'all answers for y'all. Y'all want y'all girlfriends to solve it for y'all, and y'all don't want to do this spiritual work. Okay? So this conversation is going to be education and comedy, right? I want you to learn and I want you to laugh, all right? L and L. In the cut with my twin, we be vibing, okay? Right? Laugh and learn, all right? That's what we should be doing. That's when you know it's spiritual, right? And of course, I'm not just going to show you my pretty face and, show you how eloquent and how much rhetoric that I have for you. Trigger warning, because we're going to be doing shadow work. Trigger warning, I'm going to be saying niggas and bitch a lot. I'm going to be talking about you and your filth and your ways. And if you are a perfect human being, this conversation is not for you. However, if you understand yourself to be your own stumbling block, you're going to have to stand through the triggers, because understand this conversation is out of love. This conversation is not rhetoric. It's not to make you feel good. It is education. What is education? To learn means to change your behavior. Okay? Change your behavior. If you're not learning, then you're not changing your behavior. You masturbating on Oshun. You masturbating on Obatala. You masturbating on Jesus. You masturbating on God. And these gods don't want to be masturbated on. If you're going to understand spirituality, you're going to change your behavior. You can't utilize spirituality to create a false narrative, because you will end up, looking the rose in the thorn, getting your goddamn eye poked out. Like, damn, I thought it was a beautiful rose. No, the rose got thorns, and when you grab the rose, you go and break your hand, okay? So this is the conversation where we break your hand. This is the thorn in the bush where you think spirituality is just a pretty rose that you're just going to buy into, right? You're going to buy into something, and that for which is your salvation. See, you've been taught and programmed and conditioned to buy what feels good. Right? Buy what feels good. Do y'all understand that? One's in the chat if you understand that. When you want to feel good, you buy something. One's in the chat. Right? If you can understand, if you want to get high, you buy some weed. Right? If you wanna have sex, you go to Craigslist.com, search for Snickers and adult jobs, look for the $59.99 special, and here I come, right? When you want to get food, you buy food, right? So of course you enter the realm of spirituality. You want to understand spirituality. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to buy it. Buy spirituality. In reality, it don't work like that. You cannot buy spirituality. You got to understand that to blossom, anything that blossoms, right? It is from the depths of the soil. Right? It's from the depths of the soil. Anything that blossoms is from the depths of the soil. So a beautiful rose started in the depths. So when we get into shadow work, we're talking about the depths. We're talking about the part of life that's not beautiful. So trigger warning. Damn it. When you reject your shadow, you may start projecting it onto others. Projections happen when you see things in others that you subconsciously recognize within yourself. Everybody have a different shadow. Everybody have a different thing that they don't see that have created them, that has birthed them. But we'll talk about it in this conversation. Let's talk about an important concept of a psychology, because if you don't understand the anima, you're going to project the anima on your partner. Once again, I'm going to say that again because that's a major conversation, because you want your partner to do things. Do you want your partner to do something for you? Do you need your partner to do something for you? Or are you in a relationship to serve your partner? If you need your partner to do something for you, then the relationship is going to be a strain. Because guess what? That person is not going to want to do what you want them to do. Never. They never want to do it. And if they do it sometimes, it's only because you got that Gawk 3000. Only because the way that you eat the vagina make her come 9, 10, 11 times. 50, 11 times. You got $50,000 in your bank account, so when you ask her to do something, she more prone to do it because she know that she get with a nigga like me. You know, we got $20 trying to figure out how we gonna make it to next Friday. So if you got the money to get a woman, right? You got the money to get a bad bitch, right? What they say on the internet, you got a money to get a baddie. This is real talk. Because when she's doing what she's doing, and she's doing it because of you, but she's not doing it because she's done shadow work, the rubber always hits the road, and now you wondering why you need to call Tyrone. You wondering why the relationship ain't working because she needs you and you need her. But y'all both don't need y'all soul. So y'all going back and forth on this existential need. Why is this conversation important? Because if a nigga does not understand this, then you ever be at work and see a nigga just got into an argument with his girl and you trying to get a goddamn value meal? And you hurt for him. Like, you don't even want to order the value meal. You want to buy him some food. He at work type shit. You like, what you eating for lunch type shit. I'll lunch on me type shit. And it's like, well, I'm working, but I'm sad. I don't want to be here. Listen, If your relationships ain't right, I know the internet's going to tell you that you need money, that you need, listen, the internet's going to tell you that you need money, that you need cars, that you need, life going to tell you that you need money, that you need cars, you need status, you need security, you need all of these particular things. But let's talk about biologically. What do you need? You need water and you need sex. One's in the chat. You need water, you need sex. Biologically, you need these things. One's in the chat. None of y'all is fucking virgins on this goddamn live, post live. If we make this a fucking DVD set, the niggas gonna be sitting in here, not virgins. Your daughter's past 16, not virgins. Not my daughter. Yes, your daughter. Not virgins. Not virgins. Exposed to sex the moment she said, "Mommy, can I use your phone?" She got a fucking tent under her fucking shit. Whereas just her in the phone. Think about you. When was you exposed to sex? When did you have sex? Not innocent. When we do not get ahead of this shit, we lose our children, we lose our lives. This is why this conversation is so important. Listen, y'all need so much shit, but all you need is water and sex. Biological need. Don't shame your daughter for having sex. Don't shame your son for having sex, because they are literally your cum. One's in the chat. Literally your cum. You can't be like, don't have sex, when they are the byproduct of you having sex. The math does not math on no level. So why do shadow work? Because y'all, 10 times out of 10, your mom and your dad didn't even have a conversation with you about sex, being that the creation of you was through sex. Make that make sense. So you go into the world with no structural foundation on how to relate. Listen, your mom told you to go to college. Let's keep it a buck. Your dad told you get a good job, get your money, right? Did not tell you how to emotionally survive a relationship. And I'm going to tell you, if you're not in your relationship to serve, you're in your relationship to take. One's in the chat. Spiritual beings, share the video, like the video. Let me know when I'm wrong. When you're in a relationship to take, that person is serving and you're sitting there like, damn, I don't deserve this. So what happens? You don't get it. Spiritual beings, when you get your mind right and you begin to enter the relationship with the proper mentality, you attract a psychic vampire. So what is the solution? Anima and Animus, say it with me. Psychological, we're referring to the Institute, the International Association for Analytical Psychology. When we have these conversations, we're getting scholastic, because if Kyrie say it, Kyrie, listen, my girl was telling me, I was watching this white boy say the same shit you said. I was taking notes. I said, oh really, you was taking notes? One's in the chat. Share the video, like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. You was taking notes, huh? You was taking notes. He said the same shit I was saying, but now, gotcha. I don't take offense. I even joked on my Facebook. All I'm doing, y'all don't know, in the evening, I take acting courses. I'm doing a video. Chill. I'm doing a video. I need my phone. Chill. You is too old to be acting like that. Bro be throwing me off every time, man. Throw me off every time. So if you got little kids, you already know your train of thought. Listen, literal me in a miniature form. So, um, anyways, let's get into this conversation because that's probably the break that I need to kind of refocus and talk about the facts of I could just be any old person. That's what I was saying. I'm developing my goddamn Indian accent on you niggas. Y'all don't even realize. Y'all don't even realize my new name's gonna be Habib. I'm taking acting classes at nighttime after I get off my Craigslist job. After I get off my Craigslist job, I take acting classes so I can develop a Hindu accent. Cause the way that I talk and the way that I am make a nigga think that I'm crazy. And I understand. I get it. It's okay. Right? But don't say nothing when you hear me with my Indian accent. Okay? Don't say nothing. All right? So let's continue. Or let's begin. The concept of the anima and animus is one of the most popular concepts of Jungian psychology. Originally, it was created by Carl Jung to define the unconscious opposite to the social mask of personality or persona. So let's get clear. To understand your psychology is to understand the unconscious opposite. All right, I need to slow walk this because if I fast walk it, y'all be like, "What happened? I don't understand." So if you hear me clearly in the chat. I need you to type unconscious opposite and think about it for 5 seconds. Cause I'm telling you, niggas is on this internet panicking. Right? They don't got no motion in real life and they depending on you to buy into whatever they got going. Okay? So with that being said, all I want y'all to do is slow down and learn some new information. I just want you to slow down, learn some new information, okay? Unconscious opposite, okay? Sit with that concept for a second. Sit with that concept for a second. Nah, I ain't Jamaican. I'm Trinidad and Tobagan. I don't even know if you say that. I'm not close to my daddy's side. Let's just say that. He from one of them islands. You know how them niggas give it up. Unconscious opposite. Unconscious opposite. You have to sit with this energy. Because if you don't sit with this energy, you're going to be looking for your unconscious opposite in a man. And he's not going to live up to your standards. And because you base your relationships as the most important thing in your life, it's going to be the most disheartening thing in your life when the person that you quote unquote love, quote unquote the most doesn't show up for you the way that you wish for them to show up for you. To which now your unconscious opposite is a psychological concept. So unconscious means that you're not aware of it. Opposite means that everything that you are, this entity is not. So, to be clear, if you have a penis, this energy has a vagina. To be clear, if you have a vagina, this energy has a penis. To be clear, the energies that you want out of your man have to be cultivated within you. So the points and times that you point your fingers at your boyfriend and say, nigga, you ain't shit. Nigga, you ain't this. I need a man like this. I need a man like that. Ladies, have you ever done that? One's in the chat. Fellas, have you ever looked at your girl and said, I need a girl like this. I need a girl like that. Have you ever done that? One's in the chat. If you've ever done that, that was your mistake for not being psychologically aware of your unconscious opposite. Because you're not able to do this and see this, your relationships become a place of need and desire, to which if you ever needed a Burger King burger, people will look at you like you was crazy. Meaning that you went into the store and you told the nigga, I need a cheeseburger, but you ain't have no money. Why? Because it's girls that see me for $59.99. They just go to my Craigslist, email me, say I want to see you at 7 o'clock at the Sheraton Hotel. Here go your $59.99 Cash App, and I'm there, right? She not gonna beg and plead for Snickers. You just pay the $59.99. We talking about relationships here. So if you go to your girl right now, like it's a sense, if you really love your girl, it's a sense where you really don't want that relationship to end. And you don't like to think about it. You don't like to go and venture into that area. Listen, that girl is going to leave you, fam. That girl going to leave you. That girl going to break your heart. If you feel that way, that girl is going to leave you and fuck your shit up, bro. What? She look good? She go to the goddamn store? You thinking she going to her ex-boyfriend's house? You are not psychologically aware of the facts that you love this girl too much. To be in tune to yourself is to allow a person to do whatever the fuck they want to do. If they want to go fuck the whole entire block, right? Go ahead. Because a relationship, a real relationship, is built on servitude. If me and a girl is building, we're opening up different portals and ways through the universe, bringing in financial revenues and income streams. Any woman that I ever been close with, we have increased. We have opened up new avenues of how to work together to enhance our skills and enhance our spiritual understanding and spiritual development. Sometimes I might get a little human about it, but I always have to resort back to a spiritual understanding of this ain't my girl. She is her own autonomous entity and energy, free to roam the universe as her soul sees fit. So I never operate with the woman to control. I always say, do what you want to do, because I'm going to do what I want to do. Because when you understand this, you get into a level of wholeness. Your personality is not wholeness. Becoming the best mask is not wholeness. So let's continue to read. Thus, being an archetype that links the conscious ego to the unconscious, and an archetypal image that contains all those features and functions that are present in the psyche in a more or less latent form, but are not manifested in the conscious life and not available to the conscious ego. So the reason that we do shadow work is to begin to understand that pulling it back from your man, pulling it back from your baby daddy, pulling it back from your husband. Because the ways for which your husband made you feel when you first met him or thought that he was going to be the best nigga ever is how you should feel all the time, because that energy and entity is within you. Maybe I didn't say it clearly, so I'm gonna say it again, and I hope that y'all understand me. Imagine you meeting your baby daddy for the first time, and whatever he said, whatever he did that made you fall in love with him, right? That is the energy that you should have all the time, because all you seen in your baby daddy was your anima. That nigga was never all of that, right? When you look back at it, one's in the chat, what do you say? Why did I ever give that nigga some pussy? One's in the chat. Why did I ever go there? Why did I ever put myself in that situation? The reason why you put yourself in that situation is because you are projecting, let's read, all those features and functions that are present in the psyche. What is the psyche? The soul. Meaning that when you do shadow work, you uncover this masculine energy within yourself. And when we talk about psychology, we're talking about behaviors, emotions. So generally, we want to feel a certain type of way, because when we feel a certain type of way, we magnetize certain things into our lives. And if you don't understand this, you probably working a 9 to 5 and you hate working that 9 to 5, don't you? You're magnetizing that energy. You're magnetizing that energy. When you step outside of that 9 to 5, you go out into nature and you begin to feel good and you begin to operate and live in a particular field of abundance. These particular energies begin to magnetize towards you. Listen, I'm not only a client of spiritual development, I'm the president of the shit. I understand hating what you do. This is why I don't do that. This is why I don't do that under any circumstances. Sometimes you have to get uncomfortable before you get comfortable. Sometimes you have to take off the mask and really get to whatever place you need to get to. Sometimes you just gotta feel good. And sometimes it means just getting away from shit. Sometimes it means quitting a job. Sometimes it means going to the shitty neighborhood. Sometimes it just means not trying to show off for niggas. Putting all of your eggs in one basket. Sometimes it means taking out some of them eggs, and sometimes it means shutting off shit. Sometimes it means stop doing the shit that you was doing that's bringing the stress. So you could just come into yourself. So you could just have a moment to then feel good, to then just magnetize the life for which you already are. Because I know you've experienced feeling good, but you felt good because of a circumstance, because of a situation, because of a bank account, because of an external thing, and you were trying to hold on to this particular thing, and you were afraid that if you would lose it, you would feel bad. What is the problem with this logic? You are the soul. So when you do not deal with the God within, then you look at things as emotional tools or emotional rewards, and you could be conditioned. These kids are being conditioned to be savages, to be demons, because they need shit, and it is their mothers and their fathers that provide the tools for destruction. Because when you got the phone in your hand, you're conditioning a little boy's mind to be a op, to be a goon, to be a savage. You know he not that, but you got to understand Pavlov's conditioning. Do y'all understand conditioning, what conditioning means? So it's very important to pull your energy back, get into yourself, because your conditioning and your habits and your needs and your desires are not actual needs. They are secondary needs. Your only need, and this is so powerful, your only need is water and sex. If you had water and you had sex, you would live for a very long time. Let's continue. Originating in the idea that Anima and Animus archetype is a counterpart of gender identity. These images are traditionally considered feminine for men and masculine for women. In Latin, anima is the feminine and animus is the masculine gender, both defining the soul. So when your soul is not a woman, listen, this is spiritual. This is a spiritual understanding. This is a spiritual understanding. When you're not clear that your soul is a particular gender, you won't deal with your soul. But say, for instance, you're heterosexual, right? And I said, you're going to meet this amazing person, but I don't know the gender. You're going to fall in love with this person and you're going to marry this person, but I'm not sure of the gender. You would be somewhat apprehensive naturally. This is not to trigger anybody. Because if you were homosexual and you didn't know the gender, you would be apprehensive too. Right? If it's not a girl and you a girl and the person that you're supposed to live the rest of your life with is a boy, you don't like that. You like the fact that when you're dating, you know the gender of the person that you're dating. Is that fair to say? However, when you deal with your soul, you don't know what it looks like. And the problem is when women deal with so many times, bro, the energy is never strong when you work with Sekhmet, when you work with Oshun. Listen, don't shoot the fucking messenger. I don't care that you deal with Oshun, because I deal with Oshun. I deal with Oshun because Oshun is feminine. She can be your patron, she can be your friend, but when we talk about spirituality, see, now, because you've been trained and raised wrong to not have no power, you don't got no altars. See, listen, if you got energies and you got Oshun, but you don't got Ogun to pair with her or Shango to pair with her, don't be wondering why the relationship ain't gonna work out. One's in the chat if you can understand what I'm talking about. One's in the chat if you could just begin to think differently, open your mind to say, I got all of these goddesses and it don't fucking matter. At the end of the day, you know it don't matter. Why don't you deal with Ogun? Why don't you go in a year intensive of Ogun work, Shango work? This idea, trigger warning, okay? Because I don't give a shit if you a goddess and you work with goddesses. Impress me by saying that you got an Obatala altar, that you deal with Obatala. Impress me. Don't surround yourself by women and say, oh, I'm safe now, I'm with a bunch of goddesses. Because listen, the goddesses is taxing your ass. One's in the chat. One's in the chat. If the goddesses is got both hands in your pockets, the other hand in your fucking pocketbook, bitch, in your purse, whatever you want to call it, your wallet. Some of y'all got wallets too. Listen, the goddesses, the sisterhood is taxing your ass. Why? Because you don't know shadow work. You only know rhetoric and you only know what feels good. Getting taxed for the culture, for the hood, right? For the hood. Listen, at the end of the day, you got to get your own motion outside of this device. You got to figure it out. You got to get good at something. You can't be sitting at home watching TV and your bag ain't secured. These hoes not going to save you. These niggas not going to save you. You got to save yourself. How you spend your time is very important. You couldn't be listening to me for all these years when I could have been listening to you too. We could have been exchanging information on your YouTube channel. You probably wouldn't have been shadow banned. You probably would have had 100,000 views by now, 100,000 subscribers by now, if instead of listening, you were speaking. This idea both attracts and stimulates the most ardent discussion. Trigger warning. Discussions among modern specialists, mostly because in Jung's times, concrete definitions of what was considered masculine character or behavior or what was considered as feminine hardly coincide with what is observed in modern times. However, it does not contradict the idea that the unconscious psyche is a counterpart of the conscious identity, nor the notion of the healthy balance of different functions in the psyche that helps the individual to evaluate and stimulate the growth and development of consciousness. So you cannot develop and grow your consciousness without gender. The same way you cannot be in an ideal relationship. I cannot do that with a boy. I'm sorry. I can only do that with a woman. Period. So when I deal with my animus, it is with a particular woman. When a woman deals with her anima, it is with a particular man, or it gets confusing. Anima is feminine, right? And guys deal with that. Animus is masculine, and women deal with that. So quick shadow work to begin to open the door for you, right? If you want a ways to begin to journal when your boyfriend is not doing what you want him to do. One's in the chat. One's in the chat. When your husband is not doing what you want him to do. Have you ever been in a relationship with a man and he did something counterintuitive to what you expected him to do? Ladies, please humor me. Let me assume that you say yes. Let me tell you that is going to happen regardless, if no matter who you in a relationship with, no man you going to be in a relationship with is going to do what you want him to do. Period, point blank, end of discussion. Now, what do you do with this information? Do you get into your track star energy? Jackie Joyner Kersey energy? Sha'Carri Richardson energy? She's a runner, she's a track star energy. Why do you leave that man? Why? Let me guess. He did not do what you expected him to do. He surprised you. Whoa. She's a runner, she's a track star. Listen. Don't fall too much in love with a man. Expect him to disappoint you. What I want you to do is write a love letter to your motherfucking self. To the divine masculine within you. To fill in the motherfucking blanks. One in the chat. To comfort you when this nigga can't comfort you. Maybe he's a fucking whaler and he have to be on the Atlantic Ocean for 9 months out the year. You might not want a man like that, but he might want to be a nigga like that. So he decides, guess what, babe? I'm going to be working on the Atlantic Ocean for 9 months and they don't have nothing to do with me being tired of you. They have everything with me wanting to be on the Atlantic Ocean for 9 months. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'll be sending you checks every week though. Peace. You might not see that as ideal, but when you choose a husband, you don't choose a modality of control. You choose someone that you can serve. If you don't want to serve that man, don't be in a relationship with him. It's that fucking simple. If you don't want to serve that woman, don't be in a relationship with her. It's that fucking simple. If you need her for something. See, the problem is when they get used to you. When they get used to you and you is something that they never had, they want to possess you. They want to hold you. They want to keep you to themselves. No, what they need to do is serve you to the highest level of servitude. Or leave you the fuck alone. See how that work? Why? Because if he's not serving you, if she's not serving you, then you're they're taken from you. There is something wrong. There's something wrong in this picture. And slice it how you want to, dice it how you want to. It's gonna end, and it's gonna be tears. You're gonna be sad, or you're gonna act like. See, the problem is with this world is that y'all have normalized going from relationship to relationship, baby daddy to baby daddy, nigga to nigga, girl to girl, and y'all think that that shit is normal. Don't compare yourself to your grandmas and grandpas, period, point blank. Don't compare yourself to your great grandpas and great grandmas, because they wasn't doing that shit. When you connect with somebody and you deal with somebody, y'all should serve each other. This is how your grandma and grandma had a house and property and shit to pass down to your mama and them for them to fuck it up. Why? Because your mom and them was told leftist propaganda that said that she ain't need no nigga. Nobody needed nobody. So we was all listen, and truth be told, niggas was smoking crack. Niggas don't like to talk about that. Motherfuckers had a whole generation of niggas smoking crack. Like if you a millennial, right? If you a millennial, your mom and your dad smoke crack. What's the problem with your mom and dad smoking crack? They didn't leave you with shit. So you didn't have nothing, and the only thing you could actually get is a relationship, and you tried to latch on and hold on to your relationships, but in the reality, you wasn't actually told about relationships. You wasn't told about none of this shit. So when we have conversations about shadow work, it is so necessary and needed. It is time for you to get off the bullshit. So first off, foremost, write a letter to your masculine self. Fill in these blanks. Write a letter to your feminine self. Fill in the blanks. When I tell you that this shit works, when I tell you that this shit is powerful, listen, you would want your girl to be doing shit. You would want your husband to be doing shit. Because you ain't never was told that all of these things are within you. When you write the letter, and your life begins to change, when you actually understand your soul to be a particular gender, listen, you are an illusion. You're not real. What I'm saying is, when we talk about your soul is not real either. Because you can't see it, it'll be like a motherfucker not seeing you, and nobody feeding you, and nobody taking care of you. You still don't exist, and motherfuckers still fed you. Motherfuckers still cared about you. What am I talking about? How you gonna be a spiritual being and not do altar work and serve your motherfucking soul? I'll wait. Because you don't see your soul. You don't understand your soul. You think your soul is some imagine. You learned this shit at church. They said God was everywhere and everything. So you just praise God. Whenever something went right, you said praise God. But you know what that is? That's superstition. Superstition, you gotta learn psychology, bro. You gotta learn psychology. Because superstition is, if I was walking down the street and something good happened to me, then I would assume that every time I walk down the street, something good happened to me. But when it didn't happen, I would still keep it going. I would still walk down the street. Superstition, you know what superstition is? Love. That's some superstitious shit. You fall in love with somebody, act like because you fell in love with somebody that you have the tools to succeed in that shit. And I know you niggas don't. Y'all niggas want to talk about everything else but y'all relationships, because in y'all relationships, you are failing. Because you don't know how to serve. You only know how to take. And when you can't take, you triggered. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. The anima is usually related to the emotional, empathetic, and sensitive aspects. So this is real simple for the men. When you are emotional or something, just make you feel better type shit. No, she look at you like you got 18 different heads. When you are sensitive to whatever you're sensitive to, you're sassy. Google it. Urban Dictionary is one of the most used words when describing a man who is in tune with his anima. But let me tell you, it don't fucking matter. Because if every woman in the world hated you, but you love the feminine energy within yourself, my guy, you gonna be good. See, the world will teach you to live a life to where you are going to be celebrated by women, and you seek this celebration by women by how you look, how you dress, how you carry yourself, and you are broke. You don't got shit. You don't got no motion. You only got, ooh, he cute. Ooh, he fine. Ooh, that's my baby daddy. Ooh, you let a woman tell you that you fucking special, my guy. Every day you wishing your girl would give you a hug or love or support, and she don't give it to you. And she probably won't never give it to you. But that's not the end of the world. Why? Because you can begin to give it to yourself. Nobody gonna tell you this, cause I know men suffer in their relationships because they don't do shadow work, and then they need some satisfaction of their emotional needs from their wife or from their girlfriend, from their significant other, and they're looked at as a man that needs to be strong, that needs to protect, that needs to provide. In that protection, in that providing, is no time for you to be weak, for you to be broken. No woman is writing in her list, I'm desiring a broken man on the path to healing. It's just not a want. It's not a desire. So, with that being said, you need to find this within yourself to begin to be not what a woman wants, what you need to be for yourself. Because how you feel attracts the energy that you're supposed to have. And this is what life has taught me. If 1 million people hate me, but if one person loves me, that one person that loves me transcends the 1 million people that hate me. And that is called a wife. That is called a significant other, a partner, a lover. But to magnetize that, I have to be secure with myself, emotionally intelligent with myself, in tune with myself, and sensitive to the psychic worlds around me to be able to navigate in this crazy ass motherfucking world. And I'm gonna tell you, if you are basing it on how people feel about you, you're lost. If you're in tune with your soul, which is a woman, you're good. You need to be in tune and in touch with the goddess, because the goddess will illuminate the way for you. Not your girlfriend, not your wife, not the girl that you're fucking. The girl that you're fucking, she's going to take all of your money and be mad at you because you're broke. Fellas, how many times have you spent all of your money and the girl look at you like you don't got no more money? You had $300 you got paid, and throughout that weekend y'all got food, y'all went out to eat, y'all went to the movies, you got gas, you bought her some shit at the nail salon or some weird shit like that, and now you broke. Does she understand, or is she looking at you like a broke ass nigga and thinking that she can do better? I'm gonna tell you what, she's looking at you like a broke ass nigga and she can do better. But you know why? You shouldn't have been that nigga in the first place. You should be so much emotionally in tune with yourself that if a woman pulls you off your square, you can tell her no, and she understands and says, what you want to do then? Do you want to go have a picnic outside? Cool, we can make sandwiches. Whatever you want to do, I want to do it because I'm here to serve. And let's get into it. The Animus referred to the active, intellectual, exploring side of the personality. The most beautiful thing that a woman could do in a relationship is to be skillful, to be smart, to be intelligent, to be dedicated to her craft. Nothing more beautiful to a man's ears of, baby, I'm gonna be working for 6 days straight on my painting, right? She sells her painting for $10,000, and then she says, baby, I sold my painting. Meet me at the Ritz-Carlton. I'm in the penthouse. Come meet me, right? Nothing better than that. Nothing better than that. Why? Because we are here to be the best versions of ourselves. We are not here to love one another. I know you've been told this shit since every fucking movie, and trust me, if the shit would have worked, it would have worked when your ass was 18 and you fell in love with the first nigga that gave you some dick. First girl that ever gave you some pussy, you would have just been happily ever after. But that shit didn't happen. Meaning that way of acting, if we all know that high school sweethearts don't pan out, dating in your 20s don't pan out, dating in your 30s don't pan out, dating in your 40s don't pan out, boyfriend and girlfriend don't pan out, 50-50 don't pan out, I'm paying your way don't pan out. The only way that can pan out is if I'm going to be at 100% and you're going to be at 100%. If you need me for anything, then that means I got to stop my purpose to cater to your needs. When you're feminine on top of feminine, meaning that you don't, and it gets confusing because the job is not the skill or the talent. The job is the plantation for men and women. The job is the plantation. You don't get to be an overseer, supervisor, manager, and feel good about yourself. I need a better position on the plantation is what you sound like. I need more money from working on the plantation is what you sound like. When you cultivate your soul, you don't cultivate your soul to feel good just to feel good. You cultivate your soul to feel good, to then magnetize said experiences. But you cultivate your soul and you feel good by not just sitting on your ass, right? You feel good by doing what you love. You get better at what you do and you share it with people. People say, I like what you do. How much do you charge for that? And you say $50,000. And they say here. And you say there. And now you got $50,000. Where did it start at? Feeling good. How do you not feel good? By needing your nigga to do some shit for you. And he's saying, bitch, kiss my ass. I'm not doing that shit. And now you sad and depressed. Not understanding the emotional understanding that nigga ain't supposed to do shit for you. Not for real. If this was a Disney movie, yeah. But this ain't a Disney movie. This is the earth. And we got needs. What do we need? Water and sex. Listen, I ain't never seen a good looking person go without. I ain't never seen a good looking person be so broken hearted that they just stop moving into relationship after relationship because you're servicing a biological need, but you're doing it in a fucked up way. You're doing it in a way that you're not being successful in it, and then you're gonna kill yourself in the process, meaning that you're gonna be alone. But you had all of the opportunities to love and serve the nigga who was sliding dick into you in the late night. He was giving you the dick so good, but you didn't want to serve him. Can y'all make that make sense? How do you let a nigga give you some dick and then you don't want to serve him no tea? You don't want to serve him a meal. But he can give you all of the dick in the world. But at the end of it, he's supposed to kiss your ass and things of that nature. Here it is important to understand that these definitions should by no means be perceived as literally describing certain characteristics, but these images serve as symbols and are the abstractions of the active animus and the reflective anima. So active animus is the part of a woman that loves a man with all of her heart. The active animus is alive in a young woman when she is young, when she will love a nigga who got dirty shoes, stinking breath, no motion, no nothing. Probably don't even got no good dick for real. He just in her classroom or some shit like that. She just feels sorry for him. So she loves him unconditionally. What happens in that scenario? The nigga that she loves actively fucks her over. To which she decides to go into her soft girl era, where she becomes feminine on top of feminine. So all she does is expects to receive from a man without the active animus aspect. So you're in your relationship and you're patiently waiting for your man to do something that you are actively supposed to do. But if you can't actively see, what we're talking about is unconditional love from a woman to a man, to which you need bells, whistles, trinkets. You need to stand up straight, posture, be a gangster, go to church on Sunday, be Muslim, conscious, not really get into that religious shit. Like, it's confusing of what you want out of a nigga, to the point that if it is any criteria for which you need to fuck with me, I'm not gonna fuck with you, because the criteria for which I'm fucking with you is I don't even have no standards. I don't have no criteria. I'm in the unconditional loving space. So let's get into men, reflective anima. When you are in the relationship, serving every time you go out, you're paying for the food, you're paying the bills, you're serving, you're there, you're present. Now, what's the problem in that? You're equating the effort that you're doing in a make-believe relationship to equate to the success of said relationship. You got it. You're going about it all wrong. Because what happens is men, wallet first type of men, they get is hella niggas like that at child support, divorce courts, you name it. Right? Because women get that goddamn bag. And niggas don't understand why. Because men are active when it comes to getting women. Persistent, active, gotta get you. You sexy, I like you, right? What make you think, if you looked at a girl, said she was sexy, then from there created a relationship, created a bond with her, that bitch didn't never even like you. That bitch was going to the store to get some peppermints or some shit. You interrupted her in her path. Now she about to ruin your life just because you a dumbass. What should you do as a man? Spiritually, you have to reflect into the God within. Counterintuitive, because niggas gonna tell you you gotta hunt, you gotta fuck all of these bitches, you gotta have all of these girls, and hey, if that's what you need to do, then do it. But for the niggas who sitting here confused, not knowing what to do, every time they try to do something, it don't work. You're too active. You're in your masculine energy and you're not in your feminine energy. One would say, I need to be in my masculine energy if I'm a man. I need to be in my feminine energy if I'm a woman. Well, that is true if you're being conscious, but we're dealing with abstractions and we're dealing with a specific thing. The specific thing we're talking about is the unconscious opposite. The unconscious opposite is thus, to get clear, anima, feminine, animus, masculine, both defining the soul. So your soul, if you're a woman, is a man. This is why you love that man so much. Not because that man checks your boxes. Because you are projecting your soul onto this man. You're projecting your soul onto this woman. This is why she broke your heart. That's why you're afraid that if she leave, the soul is still there. So the problem is you're trying to, back to men, you're trying to please a woman and the woman is not being pleased. This is what's happening. A man is trying to please you and the woman is saying, no, that's not good enough. And she's always going to be like that because you don't understand that you're not here to please her. Your soul would not let you go out like that. Bro, you are supposed to please your motherfucking self. If you give her everything in the world and you don't have nothing. So when you are serving in your relationships, your soul finds a way for you to be single again. That's that feeling that you're feeling. It's just your soul letting you know, be prepared, buddy. She gonna be gone. Let's keep reading. Being opposite to the embodied sexual identity, anima and animus are most easily related to erotic encounters and partners. Being opposite to the embodied sexual identity, anima and animus are most easily related to erotic encounters and partners. So when you trying to be successful in your relationship, but you don't have an understanding of who your soul is, your relationship is going to be fucked up one way or another. And because you don't understand it's your soul, you're going to be watching TikTok after TikTok and how men ain't shit, how women ain't shit, but nobody is saying, why don't we all just take accountability for our own fucking lives? How about if all of the women ain't shit and all of the men ain't shit, then what the fuck am I gonna do about it? Let's just say that. All the women ain't shit, all the men ain't shit. What the fuck am I gonna do? I'm going to raise my spiritual energy and I'm going to have a strong relationship with the divine feminine within myself, and all you hoes can go to hell. And if you want to deal with me, you can find me on Craigslist, adult jobs, Snickers. And inspire the creative and artistic imagination. So as I was working with my Animus, I make music. I make music as a way to connect to my soul. Damn it. And all love songs is not about a girl. It's not about a boy. It's about a soul. It's about a soul. If a person ever got successful from doing music, putting out a love song, it was in reference to their anima or their animus. Period, point blank. Because when you write a love song to yourself, it transcends what Carl Jung calls the collective unconsciousness, meaning that we all can resonate to feeling a need for a girl or a need for a boy. But when we not talking about our baby daddy, we not talking about our husband, we talking about our soul. How do I know that this is the truth? What do they call it? Soul music. One's in the chat. One's in the chat if they call it soul music. R&B soul. Well, is soul music love songs or rock and roll songs talking about the devil? Is soul music rap songs talking about selling keys? Or is soul music in reference to boy and girl? Girl, I love you, and now it's soul music. Well, if it's soul music and it's talking about boy and a girl, and we know for sure we not talking about our motherfucking stinking ass baby daddy and baby mama. Our baby mama and baby daddy don't resonate on the energy of a love song. You can't write a motherfucking song about that nigga that's going to resonate with the masses. SZA don't put out soul music. She talking about killing a nigga. So soul music is something beautiful. Soul music is spiritual. But it's spiritual and it's about love. But never people put it two and two that it's about the Anima and the Animus. But it's in all art. It's in all creative endeavors. And then when you talk about getting a bag, how do you get a bag? You get a bag by being creative and artistic. Period, point blank. End of story. Ain't no way around it. How are you creative and artistic? By chasing up under your nigga, being sad that your nigga cheating on you? That'll be the reason why a bitch should disappear. Hit you with radio silence. One's in the chat. One's in the chat. You not talking to them niggas when you going through your relationship issues. One's in the chat. One's in the chat, your relationship issues done shut you off from the whole world. One's in the chat, you done wasted so much time on this nigga. One's in the chat, you done wasted so much time on this girl that you don't even know left from right. You need to figure out where the fuck to put in the applications after fucking with a nigga for so long. Your ass will be up at McDonald's like, how can I take your order? What the fuck happened to you? I was dealing with a nigga. I was dealing with a girl. What happened to you? Motherfucker working at Amazon. What happened? Fucking broke up with my girl. Had to start off from scratch. Had to start off from scratch. Why you start off from scratch? Because I was fucking around, fucking with this girl. Not doing shit, but fucking and watching Netflix. Then she got triggered and we ain't do no psychology and we just fucking projected our God force energy on one of another and was mad that when each motherfucker didn't live up to each other's expectations, some weird shit like that. Ruined my whole life, ruined my whole shit, but you know, I'm alright. How you doing? Like, no, you not alright. Stop. Get help. In relationships, they are easily projected to the potential partners we are consciously attracted to. Listen, I would never make this shit up to y'all. You are projecting your anima on your girlfriend. You are projecting your animus on your boyfriend. What happened? He cheated on me. At what level are y'all going to deal with a man and be surprised that he cheat on you? What type of nigga do it have to be for y'all to be like, oh shit, he cheated on you? Basically, it would have to be a nigga that's paralyzed. Like if a nigga is paralyzed and he needs your care to like wipe his ass and take him out of his goddamn wheelchair back and forth. If that nigga managed to cheat on you, then now I'll be like, God damn, bitch, damn, that's rough. That's too. You his caregiver and he cheating. But if that nigga got two legs, bro, you might as well be prepared for that nigga to leave. Like, if he gone from 2 days, if you don't see that nigga for 2 days, just assume that he in some. If you don't see that nigga for 2 hours, right, and his location go out, like he fucking, like just, it's a nigga, like that's what he do. And trust me, he'd do his damnedest not to find no pussy. But sometimes when you're not trying to find no pussy, pussy find you. And no man is strong enough to say, pussy, go away from me. I don't, and sometimes pussy is God's reward. God rewards you with two things: water or sex. When you doing God's work and God's favor, sometimes He'll send you a nice piece of pussy, man. I don't know. I'm telling you, sometimes when you are living for the Lord, I'm talking about men. And so when you in a relationship with a man and he a good man, and a girl come across his way putting pussy all up in his nose, don't take it personal before you get into a relationship. You not gonna be the type of bitch that's gonna stop a nigga from cheating. You not gonna be the type of girl to stop a man from cheating. Let me tell you that right off the bat. Cause just so you don't be surprised in the future when you find out that he's cheating on you. I'm saying this is going to happen. So if you don't want this to happen, don't get into the relationship. In relationships, they are easily projected to the potential partners we are consciously attracted to. Thus, the difficulty arises at the moment when the projections lessen and fall. So this is key. When you don't project, your anima, when you don't project your animus, and the nigga is standing in front of you with dirty Air Force Ones, the nigga is standing in front of you that you gotta pick up. You ever had to pick a nigga up? Not on no cool shit either, on some, hey, if you don't pick me up, we can't link type shit. Like this nigga he ain't even about to get an Uber or nothing. Everywhere you go, this nigga just looking at you, waiting for you to pay for shit. Not because he a bad person, because he don't got it type shit. When you projecting your God force energy, it's cute, ain't it? Like he make you feel good, don't it, to be paying for dinner. But day 100 of paying for the food for a grown ass man, you start to look at him, meaning that your projections lessen and fall. So now, can you stand the rain? Can you stand the rain from being in a relationship where you're not projecting your God force energy on your partner? I don't be seeing no lovey-dovey shit on Instagram. One's on the chat. Like and share the video if you hear. I don't see no lovey-dovey shit on IG for real. Is y'all all single? What's happening? One's in the chat. I don't see no lovey-dovey shit on IG, YouTube, TikTok. All y'all just sitting by yourselves. Y'all just sitting by yourselves. Or y'all ain't posting the nigga, meaning that y'all really on bad terms with the nigga, but you know, something keeping his ass around type shit. This part is a kicker. And the individuals are re-seen in the light of reality. Meaning that the reason why your relationships is hell, because at the beginning you projected your anima or animus on this person. They had no inclination to be your anima. And even deeper, your anima knew this. So your anima give you free will to crash out as many times as you want to crash out. But at a point in time, we all got to come to Jesus. We all have to come within and deal with ourselves, because you ever be in a relationship with somebody and you feel them actually looking at all the ways that you be fucking up for real? The shit that you try to hide and be kind of apparent type shit. So you just got to be like, damn, I know that I'm not living up to the standard. I know you could probably do better. When I deal with women, I only think about how to improve myself. I only think about becoming a better version of myself, because at any point, a woman can look at you in what? The light of reality. Start looking at your Air Force Ones. Listen, it's niggas with that niggas wear different outfits every single day. It's niggas with all types of money. It's niggas built with muscles, 6'5", ready to take your motherfucking girl, man. Your girl gotta look at you, be fat, be ugly, be lazy. Your ass playing NBA 2K, have no fucking motion. Your girl gotta look at you, bro. Look at you be a piece of shit. You better get the fuck up and do something. Just do something. Just start doing some push-ups right now. She like, nigga, what's wrong with you? Ain't you trying to get ready for bed? No, I'm good. About to get this quick pump real quick before I go to sleep. Ain't nothing. Start studying Forex or something, nigga. Get some motion about yourself. Learn some shit. Because your girl is looking at you. And every day, that projection lessen and lessen. So as the projection lessen, you need to be doing something. You need to be getting some money, working out, doing something. If you in a relationship. Ladies too. I mean, for women, y'all got way more of a cushion, because a man is willing to project a lot more of his anima, because men are never in touch with their goddamn feminine side. Women are more in touch with their masculine side. That's just the way it is. Meaning that a woman can survive being an ancient bitch in a relationship longer than a nigga can survive being an ancient woman or ancient nigga. Meaning that you would never be with a man who ain't had a job for fucking never. Just always wasn't shit. You eventually be like, man, you got to get your shit together. But a woman don't necessarily have to really be shit, for real. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. You working and doing all of that shit. You got a job. You got a GED, diploma, and all that shit. Bachelor, masters. You doing that shit for you. You not doing that shit for no nigga, because a nigga would have took you with motherfucker if you didn't know 2 + 2. If you said, I know Gawk 3000 and I got a super soaker, but I don't know how to do math in my ABCs, a nigga be like, well, we could get over that. I could teach you ABCs, baby. Come on, get in this car. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. All of the job, you doing that shit for you. Don't ever say to a nigga that you got a job or you got a degree or none of that shit. That shit for you, baby. That's cool. I don't care about that shit. I don't care how smart your ass is, for real. What can you do for me? Right? The hopeful moment is that through the contact with his or hers own unconscious depth, the individual, you, through mediation of anima, animus archetypes, emerges out of the projective illusions, enriched with a wider conscious spectrum of experiences. So the projective illusions of what you want out of a woman, what you want out of a man, and saying, well, why am my girl doing this? Why? The reason that your girl ain't doing what you want her to do is because you ain't that type of nigga. And a lot of times, the type of nigga that's that type of nigga can't help that he that type of nigga. A lot of times, that type of nigga is genetics, right? Sometimes a nigga can't help that he's 6'4", dick as big as a pogo stick. You feel me? Like, sometimes nigga can't help that shit. But if you ain't in that particular area, like you don't stand up to that. You don't make the mark. You feel me? Like you're not the top G. You're not the best nigga in the world. But it's okay because we're talking about spirituality. We're talking about magnetism, attraction, to whereas it's a certain level to be in tune with yourself, to be emotionally intelligent. Like it's just a strength of within yourself, tapping into your feminine energy that make you a giant, that make you a strong person, right? And it's like you could want your partner to be this or to be that, and I'm gonna tell you, it be the most craziest looking motherfuckers with the most craziest expectations. Like it's certain people that look so crazy that they really should be out here taking what they can get. But they feel like the person in front of them gotta be a certain type of way. Man, it's a sickness. Men and women. Men and women. So I wouldn't never put myself in a position to be with none of y'all motherfuckers for real, for real. I'm going to attract the right type of people by being the best version of myself. I'm not going to go into propaganda of chasing every woman with a pussy just because I possibly can get some ass. Like I don't ascribe to that. I ascribe to being the best version of myself and attracting and magnetizing the experiences that are needed at a particular time for myself. And as I improve and spiritually develop, things get better for me over time. As I begin to incorporate and understand my anima, my relationships get better. Of course, this process is much easier if the experience of such relationships was mostly positive and developmental than negative and defensive. Meaning that a majority of this development is projections and expectations and sadness and depression, spiritual death, right? When we project our spiritual energy on a person, we want to have sex with them. And when we have sex with them, we imagine that we had sex with our soul, being our soulmate, right? So the person that you projected heavily on and you had sex with them, you called them your soulmate, right? But that person don't give a fuck about you, so now you feel as though your soul has rejected you. But the reality is that motherfucker wasn't your soulmate. That was just a thirsty ass nigga trying to get some pussy on a Sunday. It was a soft Sunday, so he's looking for some soft cheeks to clap. And you just happened to be the cheeks that he was going to clap. But you thought he was your soul. You projected that energy on him, and he did you wrong, so now that caused you to have negative and defensive reactions when it come to men. Listen, a man is going to fucking have sex with you, right? If you give him the opportunity to have sex with you, period, point blank. And how you feel about that, man, is just your dumb ass being stupid. You being dumb. And then when you being dumb and being stupid, you get dumb and stupid prizes. Because you don't understand projection. You are in a state of euphoria, sis. You are in a state of psychological hormonal disturbia. Like shit ain't right, math ain't mathin', but you don't give a fuck. You taking that nigga as is, and when it's all said and done, he clapped those cheeks and got the fuck up out of there. Cause that's what niggas do. Listen, it starts with you projecting your God force energy on a man to even want to have sex with him. Now, take all of your energy back. Take all of your projections back. Deal with your divine masculine energy within yourself. What we've been talking about is the Anima and the Animus. It's one of those conversations that many people don't want to talk about or understand, but you probably experienced it in one way or another. So what I'm hoping is that you begin to deal with your soul the same way you deal with your baby daddy. You love your soul the same way you love your man. You love your soul the same way you love your wife, but more. Because when your wife divorce you and take half and the kids and the house, your soul is going to still be there to comfort your stupid, silly ass for projecting your soul onto this woman because she had a fat ass and a nice smile. The math ain't mathing. So with that being said, I hope y'all learned from some. I hope y'all shared the video. I hope you liked the video. Go ahead and leave a comment on your favorite part of the video or something of that nature. Visit whiterabbitpsych.com. We have the Food of the God bars available, handcrafted by me, made to order. So, you know, it's a real thing. I just hope that y'all have the extra to experience it. But if not, I understand that as well. You know what I'm saying? It's hard times out here for all of us. But with that being said, I gotta still get my hustle on, things of that nature. I still got kids, you feel me? But I want to give y'all the information too, to balance that shit out. I just don't want to be a nigga on here like, hey y'all, buy my shit, buy my shit, buy my shit. That shit is corny to me. I want to provide value to you, to whereas if it's something that you can afford, something that you feel like you might enjoy, I will hope that you will indulge. You feel me? And with that being said, man, enjoy the rest of your day. My next video is going to be on this full moon lunar eclipse, but I just wanted to do some content on this channel because I haven't done nothing in a while to, this was on my mind anyway, so it was a good study, good refresher, and be looking out for that lunar eclipse video. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tapping in, tuning in to my channel. I appreciate all y'all support. Without y'all support, I would not be here, so I really, really can't. I mean, it's something that I think about all day, every day, how much I appreciate y'all for y'all support and allowing me to be me. Is one of the things that is one of my greatest blessings that God has ever given me. So I just want to thank y'all for being who y'all are and supporting me in all that I do. And with that being said, y'all have a wonderful night, wonderful evening, and I'll see y'all either Tuesday or Wednesday with that full moon video. And until then, I'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace.